Welcome back, everybody. You're with us here on Cape Rugby TV. It's nice to have you along. In studio with me is Stanley Robenheimer. Stanley's, of course, getting ready for his team. Stanley, when do you guys go? You go to Loftus with the ladies to take on the Bulls ladies team in the finals of the SA Premier Cup, Premier Division this weekend. When do you guys leave?
We leave on Friday morning. Get nice and early there.
Yeah.
Get acclimatized. Have a bit of a run on Friday afternoon. And then Saturday, 3 o'clock is kickoff time at Loftus B.
Well, we're very excited for that, and we're going to wish you the best of luck. And we know that, of course, Cape Rugby TV has been supporting our women's rugby non-stop for the last couple of years, and we're so happy to see how many of the players that we've interviewed over the years in the club rugby space, on the side of the field, are actually now in the team. But as you know, we were looking at the highlights between Unimill and Helderberg. Let's go now, second half. Right, there we go, folks. Final result then going in favor of Helderberg, 26 points to 22. Let's quickly then take a look at the log again. And, of course, this result pushes Helderberg to the top of the table, puts them in position 1 on 45 points. And right behind them, of course, after their win over Hamlets this past weekend, is Hamilton sitting in position 2. Durban is in 3, Unimill in 4. Villages, of course, after their big win this past weekend, sitting in 5 and then in position 6. Right, so that's, of course, the log in Super League A. Let's quickly take a look at your logins, your results in Super League B. In Super League B, it was a win for Collegians over Belleville, 26 points to 24. Hands and Hearts, 40-22 over Vineyards. SK Women's, 52-14 over Strand. Primrose drew with Langa, and CPUT with a win over Belhar. Meanwhile, in Super League C, Van der Stel 39-12 over Goodwood. That keeps them at the top of the log in Super League C. Blue Stars went down to Kraaifontein. Eerste went down to Busy Bees. Macassar with a win over Rangers. And Albions went down to Hamadiers. So logs in Super League B shows us that SK Warmer sitting at the top of the pile, followed by Franschhoek, All Saints, Hands and Hearts, CPT, and Belleville. And in Super League C, it's Van der Stel, still sitting at number 1 in the log. Macassar, Hamadiers, Goodwood, Kraaifontein, and Peniel Villages. A lot of exciting action happening there in our leagues, folks. As we said, here's a couple of highlights for you now, courtesy of Abdul Fortune, the big match between Marties and St. George's this past weekend. Let's take a look at some of the action clips. Right, there we go, folks. Final result then for St. George's, 42 points to 17 over Marties. Stanley, I think this one can be pretty honest with this. That was not predicted by anybody.
No, definitely not predicted by anybody, but St. George's must be over the moon. It's a Marties team. Any Marties team that you put out on the field, they represent the university, and they did very well, St. George's.
And I must just say again, folks, thanks to Abdul Fortune from St. George's for sending in that clip. But that also wasn't just a small margin. That's 42-17. Yep. That's a pretty significant. You can see St. George's were applying pressure and not allowing any loose game.
Nothing, and just the speed of their game, that put the Marties team under a lot of pressure. Not a lot of errors from St. George's. You could see they were planning to take the students on very physically up front and then spread the ball wide, so and they got the rewards for that. Yeah,
right, folks. So coming up tonight still, in fact, and this weekend, let's take a look at your fixtures. Of course, Marties are up against Hamilton's tonight. UCT up against Hamlets, also midweek games. And then Kales River and Villages, UWC take on Brackenfell. UCT NTK coming up this weekend. Tygerberg and Hamlets, Durban and Marties, Marties and Helderberg, Villages and Hamlets, False Bay and St. George's. And then in Super League B, we see that it's CPUT up against Collegians, Belleville take on Young Peoples, Franschhoek and Vineyards, Langa and Strand, Paarl take on Kylemore, and it's a 1-3 between SK Warmers and All Saints and Belhar are up against Hands and Hearts. In Super League C, it's going to be Rangers in Eerste Rivier, Kraaifontein take on Hamadiers. Kraaifontein will be looking to bounce back, and or at least will be looking to make a statement. Scottsdene take on Albions, Masi Pumulele against Morningstar, and Blue Jets are up against Busy Bees. So, folks, we, of course, unfortunately don't have time for our match barometer tonight, but there are some big games on the cards this weekend. Stanley, your plans for the weekend is, of course, to be, normally I would ask which club game are you going to, but of course your plans for the weekend is to go and take on the Bulls at Loftus, and we can just say thanks for coming on the show today, and good luck for the weekend, and well done in the season so far.
Thank you very much, JP. Looking forward to it. But I must say I'm looking forward to the Belhar Hands and Hearts game.
Belhar Hands and Hearts is going to be a critical game. Belhar will themselves be under pressure there. Hands and Hearts also trying to make sure they stay in the top 6. So yeah, there's going to be a couple of big games
That's a game for me.
This coming weekend. Yeah, of course, we'll be looking forward then to see what the log permutations are. That's a wrap from us then this evening. We'll see you again next week, same time, same place. A fantastic rugby weekend. Bye-bye.